AOSIS is proud to be hosting this book launch, Unlocking Knowledge to the World. We are pleased to announce the release of the Humanities Open Access scholarly book, Environmental Ergonomics, Commercial Kitchens in a Semi-Tropical City. The Durban University of Technology in South Africa has generously supported this publication by AOSIS Scholarly Books. Get a first-hand view of the engaging conversation from its subject specialists.
Thank you, Lorika. My name is Krishna Naidoo, and I'm delighted to be in the presence of the author mentioned by Lorika. Ergonomics influences aspects of work life related to safety, efficiency, and comfort of workers. Environmental factors are often overlooked when considering ergonomic setup of a workstation. On behalf of AOSIS Scholarly Books, I am delighted to be able to talk to the author, Dr. Sasi Gangiah, on the occasion of the release of her first book titled Environmental Ergonomics, Commercial Kitchens in a Semi-Tropical City. Dr. Gangiah, may I commence by asking you what inspired you to write a book specifically about commercial kitchens in a semi-tropical city?
Thank you. As a restaurant owner, I suffered setbacks and I decided to investigate how I could better my kitchen for enhanced work performance and food service worker well-being. So as a researcher, I noticed a significant knowledge gap regarding the unique challenges faced in commercial kitchens that are operating in semi-tropical climates. The high temperatures, humidity, and specific cuisines and culinary practices demanded a focused exploration. This inspired me to delve deeper into the topic and provide valuable insights to improve the ergonomics and working conditions in these environments.
Thank you. Could you elaborate perhaps on the main themes and the key findings that you discuss in your book?
The book primarily focuses on the impact of environmental factors on the ergonomics and efficiency of restaurant kitchens in semi-tropical cities. Key themes explored include thermal comfort, ventilation and humidity, lighting, noise, workspace design, as well as equipment selection. The book also addresses the effects of heat stress on employees' well-being and productivity. The key findings emphasize the importance of effective temperature control, proper ventilation systems, ergonomics workspace layout, and suitable equipment choices to optimize the working conditions and performance in these kitchens.
During the course of writing this book, have you encountered any unique challenges and considerations for commercial kitchens in this type of climate that's a semi-tropical city?
In semi-tropical cities, commercial kitchens encounter several challenges such as high ambient temperatures, humidity, and increased heat generation from cooking equipment. These factors contribute to heat stress, reduced employee comfort, and potential health risks. Furthermore, specific cuisines and cultural preferences prevalent in such regions require careful consideration when designing ergonomic workspaces and selecting appropriate equipment. As real-life example, the book shows that restaurants with poor planning in terms of kitchen design and layout have higher levels of carbon dioxide due to the influence of natural ventilation not considered in their planning.
Thank you, Dr. Gangiah. If I can just mention, ergonomics has an impact on safety, efficiency, and comfort of workers, specifically in respect of environmental ergonomics. How does environmental ergonomics play a role in improving the efficiency and safety of commercial kitchens in the type of settings or climate that you write about?
By implementing proper temperature control, efficient ventilation system, adequate lighting, noise control, and proper workspace designs, kitchen operators can optimize the work environment. So this in turn will improve employee comfort, reduce heat-related risks, increase productivity, and also ensure food safety. As a real-life example, this book shows that restaurant kitchens that have lower kitchen load in terms of cuisine, in terms of type of cooking equipment selected, the fuels used, and volume of cooking, they had good thermal comfort.
It seems that you have made many recommendations, but out of these, what are some of the most significant recommendations or strategies to enhance the ergonomics of commercial kitchens that you have actually written about?
There are several. First is implementing effective temperature control mechanisms such as air conditions and ventilation systems with extractors that are designed and sufficient for the kitchen load that can maintain thermal comfort. Designing the workspace layout to promote efficient workflow, reduce unnecessary movement, and minimize heat exposure. Next would be selecting appropriate cooking equipment that minimizes heat generation and provides better heat dissipation. Then comes lighting, adequate lighting to optimize visibility and reduce eye strain. And then, of course, in terms of noise, specific acoustics need to be taken care of to reduce noise in the kitchen.
Over the course of your investigation, did you encounter any unexpected or perhaps surprising findings that you've included in the book? If so, could you share some examples?
Okay, during the research, one surprise finding was that a significant impact of workspace design on employee productivity, ethnicity of the worker, their body weight, their body height, body mass index, fitness, as well as acclimatization influenced heat tolerance. Another unexpected discovery was the correlation between thermal comfort and noise. As increased heat discomfort went up, noise discomfort increased. That is, the kitchen workers were sensitive to noise disturbance due to heat discomfort.
Thank you, Dr. Gangiah. If I could continue on that line of thought, how do the concepts and recommendations discussed in the book align with current industry practices, and does it perhaps influence or is it impacted on by some of the regulations for commercial kitchens?
The concepts and recommendations presented in the book align employee-centeredness and employee effectiveness, specifically with the growing emphasis on employee well-being and productivity, as well as compliance with occupational health and safety standards in the food industry. Many of the challenges and guidelines discussed advance existing regulations and best practices, promoting a safe and efficient working environment. As a real-life example, the book shows that the franchise restaurants' kitchens have guidelines that strive to provide comfort to kitchen workers compared to freestanding restaurant kitchens. However, service turnover was very long to fix damaged extractor, air coolers, and air conditioning, which in turn led to increased heat discomfort.
Thank you. In respect of the kitchens themselves and their employees, what potential benefits can commercial kitchens and their employees expect to gain by implementing the recommendations or the strategies that you have outlined in the book?
These strategies and recommendations provide several benefits to commercial kitchens and their employees. Improved ergonomics can enhance efficiency by optimizing workflow and reducing physical strain on workers. This in turn can lead to increased productivity and decreased risk of work-related injuries. Additionally, creating a more comfortable and ergonomic environment can contribute to employee satisfaction and well-being, resulting in higher job satisfaction and potentially lower turnover rates.
Yeah, it seems that you would have done some very specific cases, and in that, having that thought, do you think with any of the specific cases or examples presented in the book could illustrate the practical application of environmental economics in the setting that you have studied?
Yes. For instance, the implementation of efficient ventilation system to improve air quality and reduce heat buildup was seen in a few restaurant kitchens. So it highlights ergonomic redesigns of workstations and equipment to optimize work processes and minimize the risk of injuries and musculoskeletal disorders because of straining of the eyes. So this book explores the development of training programs that would be helpful in educating employees and employers about ergonomics and promote safe work practices. So here's the book.
Thank you. Dr. Gangiah, if I could just continue, in respect of the future, how do you envision the future of commercial kitchens in semi-tropical cities, considering the principles and the insights that you share in your book?
Okay, I would recommend the integration of innovative technologies such as smart appliances and energy efficient systems. And at the moment, induction stoves are a big rage. But with the load shedding in South Africa, I'm not sure how far we can go with it. At the same time, these equipment will enhance operational efficiency and minimize environmental impact. So advancements in materials and designs may lead to the development of heat-resistant and moisture-resistant equipment, ensuring that kitchens can operate effectively in semi-tropical climates. So in the beginning, let me start with heat, so temperature control. So one basic recommendation is to go for PPS or perforated perimeter supply, which is helpful in keeping the chefs cool while they're working over the hot stoves. Extractor design should also be suitable for the kitchen and the cuisine load. When it comes to ventilation systems, the best would be demand control ventilation, which will maintain good ventilation. However, it requires heavy investment. So at least if we could have a carbon dioxide monitor in the kitchens, especially when the kitchens have heavy and extra heavy workload, using gas or charcoal as fuels, that could be a big help. Then with regard to airflow, I would say that 0.25 meters per second airflow velocity would be best in all areas of kitchen. This is a minimum requirement. With regard to lighting, since Durban and South Africa has plenty of sunlight, I would recommend the use of using natural light with the use of skylight, windows, and glass walls. The lighting fixtures and illuminance varies with each kitchen station, and therefore the task performed, but an optimum of 500 lux would be sufficient. And of course, if you have your kitchen lights clean and fixtures clean, that helps a lot in reducing headache among the kitchen workers because it increases the eye comfort and improves the visibility. With regard to noise, of course, the kitchen height ceiling should at least be 3 meters, so it provides good acoustics, and the noise level should be cut down to 65 decibels. With regard to ergonomic workspace design, layout and the planning of the kitchens should consider natural light and natural ventilation. That would have a positive influence on the workers because it would avoid sick building syndrome. And then, of course, the kitchen design have to consider a staff space ratio of 13 meters per square per employee for optimized workspace.
Dr. Gangiah, thank you so much for that detailed outline of your future vision. And of course, warm congratulations on the launch. We and I, on behalf of OASIS, value the time that you have invested on the book and discussing this book's discourse. And we anticipate that the future that you present out will actually open up this employment to others who are physically and emotionally not, or have physical and emotional limits that prevent them from working in the standard kitchens as they exist today.
So as you explore the book and its contents and any queries arise, please reach out to the author via contact details provided within the book. We value the time you have invested discussing this book's discourse and anticipate the grand heights this book will reach.
Thank you, Lurika.